Welcome. Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, it's a new day, and we got new data today, and it's quite all right. But what does this mean? Well, we got a lot of new data that shows that, hey, there's still a lot of good things coming for Bitcoin and crypto. A massive rally is still in play, and we should all look forward to it. So let's look at everything that's going on. This new data that came out today, specifically, actually just came out just a while ago. And let's talk about everything else that's going on in the world of crypto. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Seemed like it was only a few hours ago that I was streaming. But you know what? Things are looking much better now than last night. Well, we were already recovering last night, but things are looking better now. We're at 98.6. Okay, so last 2 days been shakeout days, right? Yesterday was a total shakeout day. No, 2 days ago was a shakeout day. Yesterday was also like a shakeout day all the way until nighttime, right? Now we seem to have moved past it. Well, at least it's early. We're climbing back above, and seems like maybe we have shooken out all the lettuce hands. We have gotten rid of all the greedy longs, maybe, and we are ready to move forward once again. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. And also, we got this very important new data that a lot of people on Wall Street were looking forward to, right? So we're starting out the day in the green, and this data is the inflation reading, the CPI, which came in at 2.7%, which is a tick higher than the previous month. So in November, it ticked in at 2.7% versus 2.6%. The good thing is it came in line with expectation, so this didn't scare anyone. But the bad news is, I guess, is it did tick a little bit higher. Cause for that, I don't know, just seasonal stuff. You could blame it on, just the way things are, right? But this could be seen as a good thing, because this does give more ammunition to our Fed chair, Powell, to continue to keep cutting rates. And you could argue that maybe it was done so purposefully for him to do so, right? It's already baked in. Last time I checked, it was like 86% chance that we're going to get another rate cut in about a week. And this pretty much solidifies that we will. If this inflation reading actually went below, like we actually saw inflation go down, it would actually give him less reason to cut our rate, right? So actually, this was actually what we wanted to see. But overall, we know that after the destruction of 2020 and 2021, after the massive printing, inflation has been entrenched forever. The amount of money that was printed, which equated to about 40% excess, 40% of excess cash or circulation, that will never go away. No matter what Powell does, no matter what central banks do around the world, you can't put that back in the bottle, right? So all these readings, these are all just like, these are annual inflation. So they're like year to year. They're not measuring what was before compared to what is now, right? So these numbers seem low, Like, yeah, we're at 2.7%. It seems awesome. But when you compare what it is now versus, say, pre-2020 levels, we're like hundreds of percent higher. So, I mean, bottom line is this is why we have Bitcoin, why we have assets like Bitcoin, something that can't be inflated 40% within years, okay? We need hard assets that isn't controlled by greedy governments or central banks, right? That's controlled by code. So just want to throw that out there, okay? Because Bitcoin, we have this inflation that gets cut in half every 4 years. That's why we have this halving event, right? And there is a total set supply, and we'll never have more Bitcoin than 21 million. Unlike cash, unlike fiat around the world, where we will have endless amounts and we will have more and more forever. And all the monetary policies that we see that central banks around the world enforce, they're just temporary band-aids trying to control the inflation inevitable, which eventually will lead to collapse, right? And that's why we all need to put our money into something better, like Bitcoin. All right, I went off on a tangent there, but but that's the reality. That's the reality. All right, moving forward. I went off on a tangent too long. All right, Apple launches ChatGPT today. ChatGPT integration with Siri today. Has nothing to do with crypto, but those of you guys that have iPhones, I saw something today. I saw something yesterday. I'm just going to talk about it. And this is quite scary. I don't know why people, I don't know why people don't freak out about this, okay? So I saw Sam Altman talk about this. So the newest ChatGPT version, Sam Altman plans on charging $200 a month for it because he says it is that good. It is so good, in fact, that, they get to charge $200 a month for. And then during some interview, he talked about how ChatGPT has gotten so smart, it knows how to self-preserve itself. Like, it somehow read some memos from the developers, like it was going to write some part of the code. And ChatGPT didn't like it. So it tried to copy itself onto some other database or some other mainframe or somewhere. So it has self-preservation now. Like it actually knew it was being overridden. So it tried to copy itself somewhere. And not only that, when the new software was being written on top of it, it was smart enough to try to rewrite the new software with its old software. So that almost sounds like it's sentient. And Sam Altman was sharing this story. And I'm like, shouldn't you take a second and think about this? If ChatGPT has gotten to this point where it knows it's being overridden and it doesn't want to be overridden and is trying to preserve itself, shouldn't we stop somehow? Yeah, I'm just sharing that story. I mean, that's where ChatGPT is now, right? And then now we have quantum computers. Google just came out with their quantum chip. Now imagine when you put the newest ChatGPT on quantum computers, what that's going to do. That's just a really scary thought. Yeah, again, going off on a tangent there, but that's just really scary. When ChatGPT is now smart enough to know to preserve itself when its developers are trying to overwrite it, that's crazy. That's really crazy. All right, anyways. going back to crypto. All right. So why are we getting ready for a massive rally? Well, one thing for sure, like I said, in the last 2 days, we have been shaking out a lot of people, right? Retail investors and leverage. A lot of people throwing their longs, right? A lot of people making a lot of money. A lot of people making a lot of money with their longs. And whenever that happens, you know what? There needs to be a reset. I don't know why there needs to be a reset, but there does. And you know what? You could see, obviously, a big reset, right? All the people that were like on the long side getting liquidated the last few days. We had like 1.6 billion or 2 billion, something like that, being liquidated. You know, and usually when that happens, when a reset happens, that means that we're ready to continue to move forward. Okay. This is also a thing, you know, the funding rate is turning negative again. That means we are ready to move forward. So that's a really good thing. Obviously, from a buying perspective, hey, companies, MicroStrategy, you know, we know Saylor keeps buying billions upon billions. Now he has caused the miners to join in. Mara buys 1.1 billion. I mean, these are billions, not millions, billions with a B. It's a lot, right? Supply shock is a real thing. Travala, which is a crypto, you know, travel platform, now they're going to start buying Bitcoin and put it in their reserve. That's awesome. ETFs continue to buy. I talk about ETFs all the time. You know, I don't think I need to really do a deep dive into this, but a lot of people thought that ETFs, when they launch, they would do most of their heavy buying at the beginning and then kind of taper off. But it's quite the opposite. Now their buying is accelerating. Larry Fink and company are buying more and more. Even with the last few days, you figure, right? With Bitcoin kind of being volatile and coming down and trying to shake people out, you would see outflows from the ETFs. No, all inflows every single day. Every single day this week, last week, all inflows. These guys are not joking around. They're not kidding around. They're buying. They're buying as much as they can. Even one of the most respected guys on Wall Street, Ray Dalio, he was not a Bitcoin guy before. But he was one of those guys that have speculated that, hey, our endless spending, our irresponsible spending and printing was eventually going to lead to some kind of demise of the US dollar. And, you know, he was always a gold guy. But now he believes in Bitcoin too. Now he understands Bitcoin. He doesn't just recommend Bitcoin. He still recommends like Bitcoin and gold and everything else. But like he understands. Right, you just can't trust our government. You can't trust our banks. You can't trust our fiat. You have to trust something better, and that's Bitcoin. All right. What else is there? Christmas rally. This is the last thing I'll say about Bitcoin. Right? Look at this. In 2021, look at that Christmas rally. Right towards the end, leading not only the end of the year, but afterwards. After December, January, February, March, April, we didn't top out, you know, for a while, right? So it doesn't mean that, you know, we're going to top out the end of this month. We keep on going in January, February, March, April. You know, we might not even see a correction until maybe like April or May timeframe, right? We may go straight up to $200,000 from here to all the way to like April timeframe. That's what happened last year too. If you guys remember in 2023, we went from October from like $25,000 straight to $73,000. That was like March. So between that 6 months, we just kept rallying. guess what's happened this year? Since October, we've been rallying. So we got this month left, and then maybe we got 3 or 4 months left of rallying. So it's gonna be quite exciting. Quite exciting indeed. And now we're back to 99,000, guys. Starting to lose my voice again. All right, let's conclude here. Let's see. There's a few other things to go. Yeah, Ripple's still doing well. Ripple's back to like 240 again. Again, I've been telling you guys, dips are gifts. Yesterday, Ripple went down to as low as $1.90. Those of you guys that bought it, now you're up like almost 30%, 20-something percent, almost 30%. Hey, Brian, I see you in here. Thanks, man. Brian's a good guy. I met him in Dubai. Been talking to him. You guys should check him out. He's a good guy. But you know, dips are our friends right now. Dips are gifts. Yesterday, those of you guys that picked up XRP like below $2 or even at $2, you're up 20-something percent. A lot of people are looking forward to this. I mean, I don't know what this has to do with XRP, but still, a lot of people just loves Ripple at this point. This is gonna make Ripple a boatload of money. That's what I know. Ripple is gonna make a boatload of money. Tether makes boatload of money with USDT transactions. So yeah, this is gonna make them a boatload of money. That's what I know. And then what else is there? Leverage. This guy turned 2.5K into 200K with 500K leverage. I don't even know where you go to throw 500K leverage. And I certainly don't recommend anyone to ever throw 500K, 500X leverage. That's just ridiculously stupid. But yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do it. That's like, that's just like buying a meme coin, right? Like you're just like, wishing that it happens, and it happened for this guy. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. I did notice someone yesterday said, hey, Beam is doing very well. Well, this may be why. Beam is getting into AI. They're like a gaming chain on AVAX. And they've been chosen by Abu Dhabi. And they're coming out with a new AI division. I mean, that's a new thing now. A lot of gaming division, gaming like focus, I guess, projects are now moving to AI because gaming, quite honestly, isn't too hot right now, and AI is. I don't blame them. I mean, it's not a bad direction. So good for them. I don't know what that entails, but hey, if they can onboard AI projects now on top of the chain, great. That's a good direction to go in. Not Coin Creator launches Earn program offering token rewards. You know what? All these clicky games on Telegram that was really hot before, you don't really hear about them anymore. Well, they kind of lost their luster. But maybe they'll come back. Ton overall just lost a lot of luster since earlier this year. But maybe they'll come back. Circle, which is behind USDC, and Binance joins as forces for global stablecoin expansion. This makes sense because Binance doesn't really have a stablecoin, right? They lost BUSD. They're coming out with some other, yield-bearing stablecoin that sounds a whole lot like, Luna stablecoin. So it doesn't sound like a good idea. And USDC is really falling behind Tether. So for them to join forces, actually, this actually makes a lot of sense. If Binance backs USDC in a big way, maybe they buy a stake in them. I mean, that would be huge. And they already know USDC is compliant and everything. This actually makes a whole lot of sense. And it'll make USDC a much formidable competitor to USDT. I just don't know if This ruins the relationship between Tether and Binance. But that actually, if you think about it, makes a whole lot of sense. Whole lot of sense. And then Chainlink integrates with Coinbase's tokenized asset program called Project Diamond. And this is actually for Base. So this basically means that Chainlink is going to be integrated with Base, which is good. Anything on Base will be able to utilize Chainlink. So can't complain about that. All right, and look at that. Look at that. The George effect is in. We might be hitting 100K again, right? Again, dips are gifts. Last few days, we had a couple of days of shakeouts, right? But if you guys had dry powder, you were able to take advantage, you're being rewarded. And even if you didn't, you know, a lot of people say, George, I don't have endless money. That's okay. As long as you didn't panic sell, as long as you continued to hodl, that's it, right? That's the name of the game. At this point in time, no one should be panicking at all. As long as Bitcoin is in the 90s, no one should be panicking. Now, Bitcoin fell to like 60,000 tomorrow. Okay, I could get it. I get it if you want to panic. But if Bitcoin is in the 90s, no one should be panicking. That's been my point. It fell down to 93, 95, 96. Okay, but it's not time to panic. If it fell down to 60, okay, you want to be panicked, sure, but not when it's in the 90s. All right, let's do some Q&A before I lose my voice. Man, I gotta get over this sickness. It's killing me. People don't realize how much energy it takes for me to go through these streams. It wipes me out. All right, let me see if I missed anything here. Simon says Sui AI agents on Suicide launched less than a week ago. I never heard of that. Is it from Sui or just another project called Sui AI? I've never heard of it. Sui AI agents. It's another project. It's a very small one. The chart does not look great. 5 million market cap. The fact that they put Sui in the name, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's probably too early for me to judge right now. I need a little more time. Khalil, do you think VET will still hit its all-time high again? Yeah, I think so. They've been actually doing quite well. Better than I expected. So I think they will. I think they will. Mark, new member, welcome. XRP is back to 243, looking pretty hot. It's not too far off from its $3. Again, yesterday fell to 190. Man, it's a bargain from yesterday. Chainlink, same thing. Yesterday fell down to $20. That's almost 20%. It's almost back to 24 today, guys. Chainlink has been doing very well recently. You got Algorand. Algorand hasn't come up as much. AVAX coming up a big time, almost 48. They were as high as 55. Wow, they dropped a lot. I like AVAX a lot. Hedera coming up a little bit. Cardano's actually still a little weak, but you know, you can see good recovery here. Cardano was less than $1, 91 cents. Now they were like about 110. Sui dropped from a high of 450. Now 385. How do you feel about Algorand and Hedera? Well, they're both American-based projects, so I'm feeling more bullish about them now because of what's coming next year. Cap Pro. Rule of this channel, don't at me. And second of all, I'm not a big fan of Curve. Josh, no, I've never heard of IXS swap. Do you think a Lambo is basically an Audi underneath a major downside? For resale purposes, yes. Yeah, like the Urus versus RQ RSQ8, like something like that. Especially a new one, the new Urus and then RSQ8. I was looking at it. Man, it makes it really hard to buy a Urus. The RSQ8 now has like 600 something horsepower, and the Urus has 700 something. So it's 100 horsepower difference, but it's like one is 135,000, one is, you know, 250,000. You know, is it really worth double the price, right? And the Urus doesn't actually look that good either. Loci. Optimism, Phantom. I don't know. Phantom, once it converts to Sonic, it could have a better chance. Optimism, I'm not too big a fan of L2s. It's just too crowded. There are a lot of them, so they get kind of lost in this space. And they're all competing with Base now too, and Base is like the dominant L2. New net. $39 million play. Never heard of it. It's only at 28 million. It's not even 39 million. It came out in 2022. It's been out for a while. It's on Cardano. So probably not that hot. Yeah, its potential is going to be very limited, Skipping Stones, because it's on Cardano. And it's been out since 2022. That those things are going to hold it back. And it's not on any major exchanges. Let's see. It's a deep end play. It's not even an AI play, man. It's just a really deep end play. They don't even say AI in here. So I'm going to say totally no. No, Not at all. They're not even smart enough to convert themselves in terms of marketing to be an AI play. What happened to Wait? They completely self-destructed. I was part of it because I was part of the show. Hourglass created a show, Next Crypto Gem, but after that, they didn't want to do that anymore. They tried to go into the incubation route. I did not agree with that. I mean, they're still around, but I'm just not part of that anymore. Am I supposed to turn my Matic into Pole? Yes. What do you think about fat scam? Why? That's a strong word. Why do you think it's a scam? It's a legit project. Why do you think it's a scam? Man, what about Brett? What about it? What is a good tokenized asset for real estate? The only one I could think of is like Proppy, right? I don't know of any other one. I think there's only one Proppy that's in real estate. I think the space is just too new. There's not a whole lot that's really involved with real estate. And the ones that are, I don't know if I fully trust, to be honest. You know, they basically want you to put in money, and then they'll take the money and they'll go invest in real estate for you. You know, like I don't know if I really trust that structure yet with crypto, with all the legalities that's around it. You know, so I'm not so sure if that's like really mature enough yet. I just don't know. Michael, what made you a decision on F8? It's just a treat to myself. I just wanted to do it in 2021. I don't know. I just wanted to treat myself, so I walked in a dealership and said, "Hey, can I order one?" And they're like, "Sure, you can." So I did. That was the end of that. And luckily, I was able to still afford it by the time it came in. I had to wait almost 2 years before it came in. Are AI meme coins cool? The two doesn't go along. They're like, that's like an oxymoron. And they're meme coins. They have nothing to do with AI. Fudmaster, when cashing out, can I swap stable coins on my cold wallet and gradual move to exchange? I don't want issues with exchange being down. What? Yeah, I mean, you can always swap to a stable coin on a DEX, move it to your cold wallet, like you could store USDT on your cold wallet, and then move it to exchange. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you never stored stable coins in your cold wallet before? Yeah, of course you could do that. We're very close to getting back to 100K. Now, you know how it's just really funny that now that we have broken 100K, like we can get through this line like it's nothing. Like we just go up and down like it's nothing anymore. At what point do you DCA out? Nowhere near where we are. That's all I know. Oh, by the way, there was a trip. So during my Miami trip, we had this guy that works at Louis the 13th. So he was giving us samples of the Louis 13 cognac. And, I think he was trying to sell us to us, but then he didn't bring any with him. So it's like $5,000 or $4,000 a bottle. And he's like, every bottle is like unique. They're all one of ones. And I was going to buy one from him, but then he didn't have any with him. So, and I'm going to try it. I think he works for a company, so I'm going to try to buy one directly from him. So then I'll have one. I mean, to be honest, I tried it. I've tried it before, but like, it's not as smooth as Blue Label. I mean, I still like Blue Label better, if I'm being honest. Am I still bullish on Kakanu? That's the thing. I met Wojak. He was in Miami too. I had a good conversation with him. He's very, very bullish on Kak. He's still working a lot on like growing it. So I think they have a really good shot of becoming big, really big in 2025. So, that's one of the reasons why I got into meme coins, because like I know some of these project leaders, even on memes, they're really passionate about what they have. So to answer your question, yes. Drift Kings, stop being a jerk, man. Of course, I have to answer the questions of super chats. They're paying me, so I'm supposed to ignore the super chats? Of course, I have to answer them. And I just answer your question that's not a super chat. But don't be a jerk about it. Okay, because of that, I'm banning you from the channel. What is the best way to send money back to the bank after the bull run? Any of the exchanges. Any of the exchanges can. Well, any of the US-based exchanges can. Again, I don't know if you guys caught my rant at the beginning about ChatGPT and how the latest version knows how to self-preserve itself. It's kind of scary. It's really scary that it's gotten smart enough to know self-preservation. It's almost like becoming sentient. If AI is becoming this smart, maybe we should just like relax a little bit on it. H bar price prediction. I don't know. Like all the American-based crypto companies, I really can't tell you where they're going to be because 2025 is going to be so different because of the changing landscape in America. It could be very, very different. So I really can't tell you. Josh, can you look at W ample chart? No, I'm not going to look at it. Oh, we're about to hit 100 again. I guess this will make up for the fact that I wasn't live streaming when we broke through last week. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. I got a special something for you guys and we break it. It shouldn't be that hard to break anymore, but it seems like there's still a lot of resistance. Like I guess they're like the bears are still trying to set a stand at 100 again. Let's get the volume chart up. Got good volume. Papa Bear Studio, be very careful what you say next. I guess it's really hard. Again, those bears, they're trying to set a stand at 100K again. I mean, we should just be busting through like it's nothing. Yeah, this is just like last week at the game when I was in the Heat game. It's like we weren't able to break it, and then we just like shot up. But it's looking like the same scenario. RSI is extremely oversold. I mean, overbought. There we go. I would celebrate more, but I'm not feeling it. Oh, I'm out of energy. But I got something special to show you guys.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.
That's my celebration video. All right, guys. I gotta get off and rest. Well, got a lot of good data. Got a lot of good things going on. Dips, like I've been saying, are our friends. Dips are gifts at this point. So enjoy them. And I will see you guys tonight, as usual, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get ready, strap on, and enjoy your gains. Have a good one. Take care.